What's going on, everybody? What is going on? We are back with another live stream and an impromptu one at that, because y'all know I don't go live on Mondays, especially not during this time. But I felt I felt compelled yet again to have to get on here and do some more roasting, so to speak. As y'all know, the last time I did this was what was it last week? I think it was. The days seem to pass like minutes. But I think it was last week when I did an impromptu stream. And I'm doing another one today. And ironically, the person I'm doing this one on, this is their first entry into the Bed Bucking Hall of Shame, because I don't think I've ever done one on them before. And how ironic they're getting their entry in the form of a live stream, because most of mine are in the form of pre-recorded videos. But one of my subscribers had DM'd me and said, Torian, you may need to do a short video about this. And I said to them, this is going to be more than a short. Little did they know is I was going to turn it into a live stream. So literally, I put this together within the last hour, because they sent me this, what I'm about to show y'all, within the last hour. But before I get into it, shout out to Kid Gravity, Gerald Jarvis, DeMarcus Vaughn, De Facto Blacklight Revelations, Jay and Fleming the second, Lloyd Sky 9, Sun Kids by the Most High, Old Grandma Renee Beckham, Grape Shot, Dark Titan, and J Cage so far. Welcome, welcome. I know it's a Monday, early Monday afternoon, and I know some of y'all are most likely on the clock. But I know if y'all are on the clock and y'all in this chat listening right now, that means that that I got your attention somehow, some way. Let's see who else do we have in here. The Geek Surgeon, Black Spider, and FBA Bro Reese, or Brother Reese. Before I really get into this, put a 1 in the chat if you are familiar with Rob Smith, and put a 2 in the chat if you are not. I already know I'm gonna get a 1 out of Kid Gravity, because Kid Gravity is really deep into the political space, and this individual is allegedly in that space. I say allegedly because anyone can have a title nowadays, but that don't mean they in the political realm. So we have 2. We have a lot of 2s. I'm not surprised by that. We have a lot of 2s in this chat. Gerald said 1. Arius said 1. I know Kid Gravity is going to say 1. Yeah, okay. I'm not surprised that many of y'all are not familiar with who Rob Smith is. But Rob Smith is another one of those individuals that goes around calling themselves a black conservative. And you already know how we deal with them over here. Me and Rob have done several collaborations talking about these black conservatives in the past, and how they really just here to buck dance their way to biscuit crumbs, no matter how much they got to throw us under the bus in order to do it, which is exactly what Rob Smith did today, or at least from the post that I'm gonna show y'all. But I'm gonna give you a little backstory, or well, it's not much of a backstory, but it's in the form of a video, and it's a video that went viral. But I'm gonna wait for a couple more people to come on in, so we can have as many eyes in here as possible, because I think I can get through this in at least 30 minutes. It shouldn't even take me a whole hour to get through this stream. You can't ever know me again. Know again says, oh, I seen him once on Jubilee. That should also tell you everything you need to know, because that damn Jubilee. I'm gonna say this: if you know, you know. Let's see. We got Ebo Sosa in here. We got Albert Nelson, Dark Titan, Vlad T, Legitimate Businessman, Chris Rocks You. What's going on? What's going on? Like I said, I know it's early on a Monday afternoon. Some of y'all are gonna miss it, but don't worry, you'll be able to catch the playback when it is over, and you can watch at your own leisure. And shout out to Jay the Informant for the 99-cent. I'm gonna just round it up to $1 super sticker. I greatly appreciate it. Blacklight said that Jubilee is a reaction content gold mine. I would like that would be fine, if you want to react to it. But the other thing I don't like about Jubilee, besides it having a lot of cringeworthy topics of discussion on there, is that the videos are so long for no reason. Like them videos be like over an hour long sometimes. I'm like, y'all been got to y'all point. Now you just babbling. Y'all just like taking up space at this point. You've already made your point. Let me give it about 3 more minutes, and we'll go ahead and get started. Or if we get to 100 before 2:10, we'll get started. But yep, y'all about to get a slight introduction into who Rob Smith is today. And all you twos are going to be like, oh my God. Yeah. Let's see. You got Miriam in here. Shout out to you, B1 to you. I'm glad all of y'all could be in here today. And I'm going to actually read a comment that was left in the Discord from John Guillory. I don't know if he'll pop up in here or not. In reply to me making this post into the Discord, into the Reacts Discord. He said, I remember this guy. He was on a Vice panel to give the LGBT conservative point of view. So y'all just got one hint right there about who he is, just on that comment I read. FBA brother, he said Robert Smith. No, definitely not. This guy is nowhere near a football team. At least not to play the sport anyway. All right, y'all. It's 106 people in here. So now we're gonna go ahead and get started. Let me go ahead and share the screen and turn the audio on because we are definitely going to need the audio on for this one. So basically what we're going to be talking about today is this video that went viral on September 30th, 2023. It has gotten 25.5 million views. So it has gone more than viral. And basically what the video is, before I play it, it's a video of Black people on a hiking trail, and they're imitating PC people when they're hiking. Just a harmless video. You know, it went viral. Everybody got a good kick out of it except for Rob Smith, but we'll get to him in a second. But I'm going to play the video for y'all, and we'll go from there.
You're going to love the view. It's wet down there.
Oh, is your guys' first time?
Yeah.
Yeah, just like keep going down straight. The waterfall is going to be on the left. You're going to love it. Watch your step. She's so green. The color.
It's worth it.
All right, so that's the whole video right there. It's about 24 seconds long. That's the whole video right there. So it, like I said, it was just Black people imitating white people when they're walking on a hike or going on a trail, like a little nature walk, so to speak. Now, let's be real here. That was a pretty spot on imitation. If anyone's been hiking before, you've probably seen at least one of those scenarios. If you've ever been hiking before or did a nature walk and you've come across PC, you've seen at least one of those scenarios. Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever gone on a hike and you've seen this scenario before. Put a 2 if you have not. All right, so there it is. A lot. And see right there, that's also showing that a lot of Black people go on hikes, because what they also try to do with this video is try to make it seem like Black people don't go on nature walks or hikes and they only went out there to make fun of white people. But that wasn't even the case, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to show y'all some of the comments that were left. Now, here's the thing. A lot of the people that responded to this actually were other PC people. At least this is the original post right here. This is the post that went viral. This is not from Rob Smith's page, but we're going to go to his page in a second. So we have this one guy right here whose username is Weirdo George, and this is a PC guy. I can look at his thumbnail and tell he wrote, "I'm the second guy," and then he put a laughing emoji. The next person, whose name is Elizabeth, she said, "Oh, damn, I am so guilty of all of that." And she put 2 laughing emojis. Let me see. Then, of course, you had some people that didn't understand what or catch the gist of what they were doing. Then you have another person right here that says white guy here can confirm, and then they just put like a whole bunch of laughing emojis. This one says Stimmy Turner says they forgot to do that little quick smirk thing. That little quick smirk thing they do. Now that is spot on. This right here that this person showed, this right here, that is so true. And they don't even have to be on a nature trail or a hike to do that. You could be just casually walking in the store. You can be walking in the mall. You can be walking down the street. You could be in an elevator, an escalator, just passing. And they always do that quick smirk thing. That is facts. That is true, undeniable facts right there with that quick smirk. Someone says, you forgot. Oop, let me squeeze by you. And it's so on and so forth and all, going on and going on. So some PC people actually got what they were doing because they've done it. So it's like really no harm, no foul type of thing. Now that we've seen the video, now that we've seen where it all started, let's get into why we are here. And that is to roast Rob Smith. So this is Rob Smith's X account. It says, it's funny, it's called X now, but you still got to type Twitter into the URL in order to get there because you can't put x.com. But anyway, this is the post that he made, and he made it today, as a matter of fact. He made it at 7:49 a.m. on October 2nd, 2023. And let me zoom in some so y'all can see it as well. He says, whenever I see videos impersonating white folks, it's making fun of general pleasantry, lack of anger, and willingness to help strangers that is alien to most blacks who are so lost in anger, hurt, and bitterness. What? You see how quick he threw the cape on for them? And the video wasn't even made to make fun of them. If he would have saw the comments on the initial post, there was other white people under there laughing at the video because they saw themselves in that imitation. But of course, he has to throw the cape on for them. And then he says, willingness to help strangers that is alien to most blacks who are so lost in anger, hurt, and bitterness that they cannot imagine being any other way. Who was mad? Who was angry? Who was hurt? Who's bitter? He's pulling this shit out of his ass. You know what? Let me reframe. I was getting ready to say something else. I was getting ready to say something else, but Torian, don't go full villainy right now. Do not do it. Reframe. He said, instead of asking why we are not this way, we make fun of people who are. Then he said, it's actually quite sad. He said, I hike. It's great. I've encountered exactly this white person on many a trail, and it never occurred to me to make fun of them or to find this behavior at all odd. Now, the reason why I told y'all I'm reframing from that comment that I could have made after when I say he's pulling this stuff out of his ass is because, yes, he is in the academy. Y'all put that together in your head. And y'all probably like, oh, that's what he meant. So that's the post that he made right there. And he thought he was actually saying something. He thought he was actually loud and right with this when he was completely loud and wrong. And I'm going to show y'all what I mean. Let me zoom out a little bit because I'm going to show y'all some of the responses. And then some of the people, like some agreed with what he was saying, but a lot of people was lighting his ass up for that. They was like, really? Like, you really tried to make this a big deal for what? And shout out to my Kim. She's the one that actually sent me the video, which is why y'all have a live stream today right now. He says, I've seen those other videos that are on the racist spectrum and you're conflating the two, not the same thing at all. The problem we have in society today is people can't differentiate comedy versus intolerance. We've become so neutered to the point we don't know how to laugh at ourselves. And that's exactly what PC was doing with that video. But he came at this like a whole Karen. And by the way, not only is he in the academy, but he's married to a PC man. But that man, I swear to God, he probably acts like the Karen in that relationship. And most likely, definitely in real life, as expressed by this post. This other person right here, whose name is Dark Skin, says, you are so out of touch sometimes, Rob. Sometimes is an understatement. Someone else is no reason to ever be offended by this. And he says, I'm not offended. I'm making a point as to some deeper things going on besides a funny video. But this is actually going to point to a bigger point that I'm going to make towards the end. Someone else said it's a joke, calm down. It's the qualities people make fun of people for aren't always negative. It's good nature humor. If white people made fun of black people like this, it would be funny too. Like how if they made fun of black folks will hype anything or anyone up, that would be funny as well. Somebody else said it's not that deep. So as you can see, he's getting a lot of pushback, and those are only people that he's really replying to. But I want y'all to see the quoted post. This is where people really went in on him, like really put him on blast. Someone says, it'll never cease to amaze how you niggas can defend the same people that cooking and hanging your ancestors. That's crazy. Now, this is a picture of Day Day from Friday After Next, but they put a raccoon over his face. Another person says, Buddy skipped over all the races under this post just to deliver the worst take of all time. Someone else says, I feel, let me see. This one says, whoa, this is super raccoon levels of delusion. This man is actually off his rocker. I'm not going to say the actual word. They says pro freedom, yet bitches about people using the First Amendment right. Rob Smith online, ladies and gentlemen. And that's actually, I think, what it says in his bio. We'll see in a second. Someone says, OMG, if this isn't the biggest reach I've ever seen in my life, please get the white man's meat out of your dirty mouth. Even they think this level of raccooning is pathetic. Well, considering who he's married to, I don't think that's possible. Let's see. Let me see. I'm trying to see if I can find a couple more, but it's pretty much like the same things over and over again. They said, OMG, what kind of platinum level raccooning is this? Are you on drugs? They said, lighten up, Rob. It is a joke. They said, I get your point, but this was funny. And that was posted from a PC man. They said, some of y'all want to be so deep analysis about people, y'all be looking like fools. It's a joke. Either laugh or keep it pushing. Someone else said it's not that deep. Someone says the raccoonery happening, validating their weird issues is too much. And I'm gonna read this last one. It says, nigga, shut the entire fuck up. It's a wholesome video about their interactions with white people while hiking. They're not going to pick you, Rob. This person said they're not going to pick you. So stop it. Now pay attention to what it says on his bio. I'm zooming in right quick and look at where I'm hovering at because I don't want to click on this page. This is his bio right here, Rob Smith online. His bio reads, anti-communist, pro-freedom, and pro-America. No child is born in the wrong body, and taxation is theft. Now, this guy's talking about pro-freedom and whatnot, but he got a problem with this video. Now, what I found to be very interesting to make the point, drive the point home, is that you have a lot of these conservatives, whether they are the PC ones or the black ones or anyone else in the spectrum, that will say things along the lines of freedom of speech or it's just a joke, it's this, that, and the third. Well, guess what? They were exercising their freedom of speech and it was just a joke. And there was a lot of people that thought it was a joke too and got a good little chuckle out of it. He wrote this with the intent of trying to rile up other PC individuals. That's literally what he was trying to do. And he fell flat on his face as it did not work out in his favor. At least not the way that he thought it would. What is it you said, Kid Gravity? November of next year is going to be a wrap. They better get all their tap dancing out right now. Because when November of next year rolls around, they're going to have to turn in their tap shoes. No more biscuits for them. Exactly, PD Chicago. Gaslighting, failure to launch. That's what he was literally trying to do. He was trying to gaslight white people with this. And it didn't work. Now it's interesting too because Kid Gravity has sent me some links. I can't pull them up, but I did see them before I started this live, where one of them he was doing some kind of a comedy show with Terrence K. Williams, of all people, one of the most unfunniest people walking this earth. Funny looking is more like it. Back in 2021. Now, my thing is this: why is Rob Smith trying to do doing stand-up comedy? And it's crazy because when I was looking at the post, it had very low engagement. So even his audience didn't think he had the stand-up chops to, keep the crowd engaged for at least 10 minutes. But it was another post that he made recently, back in September, about a month ago, as a matter of fact, about Obama. Now, I'm not going to go into full detail of what the post said, but let's just say he used a line of wording that would be linked to someone such as himself, considering he's in the academy. And he made it towards Obama. I'm going to just leave it right there. And he tried to say that was comedy. If anything, that post would be considered an insult. Especially if you don't live that lifestyle. He said and thought that was funny, but he's offended by this. I bet you when Rob Smith wakes up in the morning, he probably wishes he woke up looking like his partner. And it probably irks his soul, should he have one, that is not the case. Many of those so-called conservatives, the black ones anyway, have that same wish. And it irks them that they cannot reach or attain it. No matter how much ass they kiss, no matter how many pats on the head they receive, no matter how many biscuits they consume, and no matter who they lay down with, it's not going to be achievable. And that shit burns them up. And you know what? It actually warms my soul knowing that is the case. Distant Native said that's his ex now. Interesting. I guess that means that he's probably going to be in search of another Chad or another Brad. Just like in the movie, what was that movie, The Family That Prays by Tyler Perry, with Sanaa Lathan easily one of the worst characters she's ever played. When they said you will never be Mrs. Cartwright, Rob, you will never be Mr. Cartwright. Distant Native, you said you know him personally? Well, Distant Native, I need you to tell me, what was your, based on this post right here and how you know him personally, what was your, what is your experience like with him? I need to know this. And B1 to you, Nightfall Drop. Kid Gravity said we found his TikTok and his latest videos. Well, I don't even want to look at that. I can only imagine what was done or what was said. Distant Native said he used to be super liberal in college. Well, isn't that interesting? I'm glad we have somebody in the chat who knows Rob Smith personally. As a matter of fact, let me come back to y'all right quick. I'm glad we have somebody in the chat that knows him personally, because, and I'm glad you said that, because a common theme that I've noticed with a lot of these so-called Black conservatives is that they too used to be super liberal when they were in college. For those of them who completed college, of course, because you know a lot of them dropped out. I'm looking at you, Candace Owens. So basically, Distant Native, what you're telling me is that he's a grifter, which also doesn't surprise me either. B1 to you, Mike C, and B1 to you, the Alacar 7944. What's going on, Miss Renee? Kid Gravity said Beyonce. Okay. I won't even look into that. I can only imagine. But yeah, based on what Distant Native is telling me, because he said he knew him personally, he used to be a super liberal back in the day, and allegedly, according to another comment they wrote, they say he actually got arrested. I'm gonna say allegedly because I'm not entirely sure if that is true or not. I'm looking at one on here that says that he used to be in the army as well. So he used to serve. Oh, he said it was for a protest. Okay. But yeah, y'all, like I said, that's really all I wanted to bring to y'all attention. Now y'all pretty much got an idea of who Rob Smith is, for those of y'all who weren't aware of him today. And like I said, this is just a small faction of who he is. Very, very small. And they all pretty much do the same song and dance that they tend to always do. Let's throw Black people under the bus. Let's say that, they're anti-reparations. Let's kiss PC's ass every chance we get and throw the cape on for them. Get as much biscuits as we can, no matter if they got butter on them or they're dry. And then go to sleep and wake up and do it all over again tomorrow. Wash, rinse, repeat, and get paid breadcrumbs. And you want to know what's so interesting? I think, if I'm not mistaken, I believe when he came out or something like that, he was expecting people to roll out the red carpet for him. Kid Gravity, can you confirm or deny that for me? I guess he thought he was special. My thing is this. if you were so special, why have you not elevated since then? That's what I'd like to know. And when I say elevate, I'm talking about outside of your echo chamber. I can say the same thing for a lot of these Black conservatives. Why haven't any of them elevated beyond their echo chamber? Why can't they go into certain other spaces outside of their bubble and command the same type of crowd that they would do online with their persona? Easy answer, they can't. Kid Gravity said, true, they didn't care. He only got attention for being conservative and against us. There you go. And I guess he felt the icing on top was, or the cherry on top, and that just sounds so wrong when it's speaking about him, is the fact that he ended up wedding or getting married to and was once married to a PC man. But yeah, y'all, that's all I had to come on here and say. Like I said, it was probably not going to take 30 minutes, and it's like 33 minutes. So this is a very short stream. Shout out to everybody that came through. Shout out to all the members on Patreon. There's a video that I'm going to be working on soon that y'all will get another video going up on there exclusively over there. Shout out to all of my members on here. Shout out to all my subscribers as a whole. Shout out to all the contributors financially of the channel. I definitely appreciate you as well. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day. We will be back on here tomorrow with the one video. I believe that video will be coming on at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Enjoy your day. Be safe and be one.